Hi, and welcome to Millennial Media. I'm Bree McLemore.
And I'm Romero Starks. Today we'll be interviewing two of Lindenwood's international students involved in the film department.
We would like to welcome our first guest, Christina Martinez. Thanks for coming in, Christina.
Thanks to you for inviting me.
All right, well, so tell me about your time studying in Spain. So what was that like?
Well, in Spain is so different than here. They are more theoretical in my degree. And here I realized that they are more practical. So that's what I like. And I just completed my first 2 years in Spain, and then I came here because I got the scholarship, and I'm here right now.
Oh, okay. So what did you do in Spain exactly? You did theater and film?
Something like that. I was working in theater as an actress, but I was doing their communications majors, like as here, and it was called something like audiovisuals communication, and here is called mass communication and digital cinema arts, but it was practically the same that I'm doing here.
Okay, that makes sense. So you came here because of the scholarship?
No, I came here because of love.
Yeah? Oh, yeah?
My boyfriend was here. He came here 4 years ago, and we spent separated to each other like 3 years, and I couldn't handle it anymore the last year, so I came here after a lot of effort, and yeah. What'd you like
it here,
the beginning, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah,
and so
I love it.
you kind of do the same thing you did in Spain, and you're doing theater and communications here, or yeah? Okay. So what do you do exactly? Are you in like theater or like plays and musicals, or do you do like behind the scenes, or what do you do that?
Well, my major is behind of cameras, as you know, but my acting was more kind of dramatic things, comedy, in front of cameras, and theatrical things. But I love both.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my major and it's my profession. So if I have a mix of both things, I cannot ask for anything better.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I'm glad you like it here.
Thank you.
It's a good school, and I've seen your work.
It is a good school. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
And you actually kind of combine the two, and you act in films too, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about you won an award for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about that.
Well, I came here. It was funny at the beginning because I leave everything in Spain. I leave my work as an actress. I leave my major. I leave my family, I leave everything.
Yeah.
And when I came here, I couldn't barely talk English. So for me, it was so difficult to maintain my actress career here. Because first, my accent. No, first, the language. Second, my accent. So it was so difficult. So when I won the award, for me, it was so significant. And maybe the award is not that much. But for me, it's that much because I have suffered a lot with the language.
Yeah.
And we were here alone and everything, so it was so significant for me.
Yeah. And so you're acting in Spain. What did you do with that?
Well, I start going to the castings, like commercial TVs. I work as a TV host in a program of young people, and we were talking about technology.
Like this?
Yeah,
of course. Cool.
And it was so good. And then I start to work in a performance, and it was my most difficult role that I have done in my life because my character was a woman of 45 years who was depressed, and he was like beaten from his husband. Like it was a violence thing and something like that. So it was so difficult. And then I came here.
Yeah, but it was a difficult role for you to do.
It was a very difficult role.
Yeah, was it just like getting into character?
Yeah, because when you have to get into a character, you have to know the character first, and you have to know her or him physically, psychologically. So I'm in the body of a woman who is 45, 15 years.
Yeah.
So it changed my way. It changed the way that I'm walking. It changed the way that I'm talking. It changed everything.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to be another person, and And psychologically, of course, she has feelings that I have never experienced before.
Yeah.
And she's old, and he has gone through depression and everything. So
it was hard.
Yeah, everything. It was so hard.
Yeah,
for me.
and it's a lot, especially if you're trying to do method acting and you're trying to take it with you, even off the stage. It's really, really hard to do.
Yeah.
But that's amazing that you can do that, because those characters are the hardest, but you feel the best after you play them, because you're like, I did that by myself.
Of course, yeah. You cannot imagine how much satisfaction you can have after all this effort. When you finish everything, or when you are in the stage and the people start clapping, it's like, oh my God, I did it.
Yeah, you're like, I actually did this. This is so cool. Like, it's a good feeling, because especially with the standing ovations, you're like, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, I worked so hard on this, and the people know that you worked hard, which is good. But did you love acting always, or did it take some time to develop?
No, I have always loved acting. Actually, it's so funny in the beginning, because my mom and my dad took me to watch the musical The Beast and the Beauty.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast.
The Beauty and the Beast, yeah. And it was my first musical in my life, and I was that shocked that when it ended up, I say to my mom, you know what? Someday I will be there.
That's amazing. I actually had the same thing whenever I saw Phantom of the Opera for the first time. I was like, that is the coolest thing. I want to do that.
I want to do that.
Can't sing that high, but I tried.
Yeah.
But exactly. But let's take a look at that video or the film that you were in really quick.
Okay.
All right.
Despierto tan solo, quiero saber de ti, y acá estoy otra vez como tonto quedé, mientras pienso en las cosas que pudieron ser, me devuelvo a mi casa, despierto tan solo.
Ed, come over here! I think I get one perfect.
It's nice.
Just nice.
All right, and we're back. So you told me about earlier about how you felt doing that film. So tell me about that film and the whole process of doing it.
It was a challenge for me because what I said before, the language, but I was so lucky because the director was awesome, and it's so important to work with people who make you feel confident. Confident, comfortable. So the language was my trouble at the beginning, but these people helped me to develop my character and correct me, obviously.
It's a hard language. We have too many words. But that's cool. But I saw that one of the big things was like a poinsettia in the film. So tell me about that.
Well, this is a director's thing.
Yeah.
She wanted to have like an object at the beginning of the movie and at the end when she is in the cemetery and everything. And it was so funny because I'm from Spain and the poinsettia is from Venezuela. So I have to say that this flower just grew up in Venezuela.
Yeah.
And I asked her to say if I could say like I was from Spain and the flower it was from that.
Yeah.
But well, it was an object thing and
it was symbolism, I understand.
It's like a symbol in the movie.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. So you had to work with an older man in the film, right?
Yeah.
So how did they get him? Because I know he's definitely not a student here. So.
He is not a student, but he is like that. I have the same relationship, friendship with him behind the camera and in front of the camera. So he is an actor from San Luis. He has his own production company, and he's working with the students sometimes in capstones and everything. He loves to do that. So if you need someone, you have to call Luke because he's amazing.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. And how did it feel when you found out that you won the award for Best Actress for that film?
Well, as I told you before, it was so significant.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect it at all. I went there and I expect to see myself and how I developed myself as an actress here. I was so nervous because it was full of people. It was in the theater.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, my accent. I told like that. Maybe they laughed at me or something like that. And no, it was totally the opposite. People got excited.
Oh, really?
And I didn't expect it at all. So I feel so good.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in, Christina.
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate it.